It's my perspective. Yeah, from my perspective. It's my perspective. Yeah, yo, am I wrong or is it just you? Or did my life show me some things that gave me my view? And if I went through what you went through, would I be you? I don't know. That's too many questions with no answer, but plenty chances for many lessons. Am I willing to learn that it's all perception? That the picture that I paint ain't the one that you sketching? So can we disagree without drawing a weapon? Long as I can understand that it's just your perspective. Yeah, it's my perspective. Yeah, from my perspective.
We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to My Perspective Friday. And here is our crew. No need to name them all. You already know who I am. I'm the most important person on here. However,
I can just leave. How about that? We just all leave and let him handle it all by himself.
There she go. Tonight's episode, before I get bombarded, is does wanting affirmation make you soft?
You know, I get so excited when the schedule comes out and it's one of those nights where he's taking off.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tequila, go ahead and tell him what the subject is. He done bumbled it up.
No, I did say it right. Does wanting affirmations make you soft? That's the subject.
Oh, you said that in that mumbo jumbo? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I said that in my New Jersey accent. You got to excuse me.
He was afraid to talk about it because we know he's soft when it comes to relationships. We already know.
Wait a minute, Tila, are you starting off deep today already?
Shots fired. You know what? But you're right. I am soft when it comes to my relationships.
You are.
However, you know what, Tila? Go ahead. We're going to start with you since you are the one coming out fighting.
He really wants to say, since you got that big ass mouth, you go first.
Hey, I don't get no complaints. Hey. No, wanting affirmation should not make you soft no matter what. There's nothing wrong with people providing you with things that you do well instead of just people who always give you things that are not well. You know, there's too many people out here telling you what you're not doing, what you should be doing, what's not right, what's wrong. It's good to hear sometimes what you're doing right. It's okay. That doesn't make you soft. Makes you human.
Unless your name is Sharon.
Okay.
Your word.
No, I'm just.
What do you think? What do you think, Sean?
Actually, I agree. Affirmations does not make you soft. It makes you humble. It makes you closer in relationship to who you're with. Like my children, I give them affirmations when they're growing up. So it kind of, it helps them be better. That's what I think affirmations do. It helps you be better in the relationship that you're currently in. What about you, Ricky?
I'm the wrong person to ask, but hey, I'm on the show for a reason. So
that's right.
He wasn't hugged as a child before he started.
I mean, yeah, I understand that, I'm just so one-sided. Because normally you really don't get that from, man, I'm about to get tore up for this. You don't really get that from women nowadays. I mean, it's mainly men because we're the ones who are over there pretty much trying to chase them down, trying to prove a point or, trying to get in a relationship with them and whatnot. But I believe in today's society that affirmation, women don't care about that. I mean, it's a very select few that women, the old school women, and I'm not saying anybody's old here, but
well, hell, I beg
we go, man. Here we go. I could just, from my experience, and I've been on this in this dating game for the past 3 years. I mean, women, they don't care about that now. I mean, it's more of, hey, what can you do for me that's going to benefit me in the long run or even in the short term? Because right now I'm choosing you because either you got money or you got some type of clout and stuff like that. Affirmation, that's not a thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but that's not a thing as of right now.
Well, you don't have to apologize, Ricky. But what about You know what? Self-affirmations, that's something positive to overcome negative thoughts, right? So it don't have to be somebody, you receiving on the other end. If your significant other is not helping you out in that department as far as affirmations, then sometimes you got to do self-affirmation, and then you got to
No, that means they're not the right person for you. If they always looking, wanting you to give it, and they're not putting it out. No, that's the wrong person to be with.
Yeah, I like to go back to that topic, Ricky. Delaney, what do you think? What Ricky said?
I don't agree with him. See, I'm a lover, so I feel like they don't make you soft. I feel like it's what you need. You kind of need it. Like you kind of need it.
Hold on. I don't want to make it seem like wait. I don't make it seem like I'm not. Dang, man.
Wait, okay, speak your mind. Speak your mind.
I used to be the camera. We only see half your face.
So I used to be. Oh, you see how my face? I'm sorry. So I used to be that guy. I used to be the nice guy. I used to be the whole affirmation thing, stuff like that. But it's really true. Don't do that. Don't do that, Keone. Don't do that. Don't do that. I never used to believe nice guys finish last. I never used to believe that. But unfortunately, just based off of my experience, they do finish last. And what I've noticed is that when I've become that villain, or I've become that, for lack of better words, that asshole and that dick, then it has helped me tremendously, and have never been happier in my whole entire life.
Yeah, it's got
that's a whole new subject.
Yeah, it's
got a whole new subject, which we can talk about in Dose of Dopeness next week on Friday. That's my plug.
It's gotten you a bunch of hoochie mamas and hot girls, summer girls. Yeah, whatever.
Hey, how old are you, Ricky?
But
I'm 35. I'm 35.
We don't care about Ricky. Anyway, when we talk about affirmation, every subject we talk about, we get to relationships for some reason.
And I did not bring it up this time.
My bad. Thank you. That's me.
We just always end up going there. But affirmations, there's people who think giving someone gratitude or saying thanks or pointing out something somebody did makes them soft. I know a bunch of people who grew up and said, I knew my dad loved me, but he never said it. And the dad is like, well, I never said it because it's going to make him soft. Like, what kind of ridiculous logic is that? And self-affirmation is always good. But with anything, if you go extreme either way, is not good. Everybody gets a trophy is one of the something the people who always need affirmations have created. And I think that's a terrible thing. It doesn't give anybody incentive to do better when the 16th place trophy is the same size as the person that got first place. So it's a balancing act with it.
Lynn, what do you feel about it?
Interesting, because I have experienced this recently in certain friendships. And I guess to say relationship is not about that male-female lover situation, but it's about friendship in general. And I'm one of those, I'm a Leo. Y'all know I'm a Leo. And, we got enough of our own fire going. There's enough confidence in me to know that I don't need validation by somebody else. However, there comes a point in time when you get tired of being the only one that thinks you know what you're doing. So I think that for a friend, a male partner, whatever the relationship is, to affirm for somebody does not make them soft, nor does it necessarily have to indicate an attachment beyond whatever the relationship is. I just think that it's important. Every now and then, as a Leo, even I need uplifting. As a human being, we need uplifting, not because we are uncertain, but because it gives us strength. And so I don't have the sense that wanting affirmation makes you soft. Now, if I need affirmation because I am totally, uncomfortable with who I am, uncomfortable with everything about me, then that's therapy. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you with that.
All right. But from time to time, especially when you are when you are highly confident, people often misinterpret that as ego, as this, as that. And sometimes it's just nice to see that somebody else can see the diamond.
You know what? And I have a question for Larry. Do you believe that too much positive affirmation could be toxic to a relationship or to a friendship?
I think it's toxic to just about anything. Yes.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Larry.
Whoa. Wow.
Wait. I think that was the way you phrased the question.
No, my question was to Larry was, do you believe too much positive affirmation could be toxic to in a relationship or in a relationship or a friendship?
And I said, yes, I believe it affects about anything. Okay. And the reason for that is if you get affirmation or whatever you want to call it all of the time or a lot, you get to where you expect it. And once you expect it, then it seems like you never get it. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, you're kind of agreeing with me with that. Everybody gets a trophy. Sometimes you gotta.
Right.
I had to tell this to a parent the other day. I was like, sometimes you gotta let them fail. But you threw me off because you said positive affirmation. So that's like that double entendre or whatever it's called. It's like affirmations are positive. So that's where I got thrown off. I agree. I agree with Larry because it doesn't become a rewarding feeling when it's something that's constantly being done. You ever had somebody that was so in love with you, everything they did was cool, and you did like everything you did.
Never experienced that.
Oh, it's okay.
Who said that? Who said they never experienced that?
Me? Never experienced that.
I've never had that either.
Y'all need to change the group.
I don't remember.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what a hunter told me. If you keep shopping and you keep hunting in this forest and the deer ain't right, you might need to train to a different forest. Jeez.
No, because after a while, if the way you're saying it, they just keep saying it because they think it's cute. At that point in time, it's like, is it for real? It's like, stop talking because you're just saying it just to hear yourself talk. So that's what I get. So it's not that thing like, yeah, it's cute.
Oh, no, there are I'm not going to be cynical. There are people who are over. I had a friend. She was just overly bubbly positive. Everything out of her was positivity, so much so that it would make you sick. But it was
There's nothing wrong with that, though. There's nothing wrong. Some people are just built that way, though.
Yeah.
Some people are just that nice all the time.
I've never encountered.
Well, and we talk about the 4 love languages all the time. When you're gonna, and that's why
you said 4. It's more than 4, but okay.
Well, how many are there?
How many languages?
How many are there?
Why are you?
You're gonna throw it out there. Know what you're talking about.
Why are you on his ass tonight to kill? What did you do to her, Sean? What did you? She is on your ass tonight.
Obviously, I look like somebody that really pissed her off or woke up beside her in the bed.
Oh, wait a minute. You have not been throwing out enough affirmations.
Hey, I got an affirmation. Sean, keep doing them Instagram workouts and them hoochie daddy shorts. There you go. That's it. There you go. Keep doing it, Sean.
Who does that?
What is going on?
What in the world?
Instagram.
I was gonna say I missed that one, Sharon.
I don't know nothing about that one.
Hey,
I don't know nothing about that one.
Keone's lying because you go to my Instagram, there ain't crap on there below my waist. But let's talk about love languages. You know,
and
some people think words of affirmation is part of their love language. What do you think about that, crew?
I feel like, all right, look.
Back to relationships again.
Look.
Damn it, I am.
Come
Ricky
on,
started.
Look, when you it depends, like, because somebody, when they say they need words of affirmation, like as a love language, sometimes it's like it also, they're saying that because they like insecure a little bit too. So it's like, I feel like you throwing that, I need all this affirmation because I'm insecure about myself. That's how. So if it's that's heavy.
You just hit
I mean, I think sometimes some people just need, I don't, but I don't want to throw that out there. But
Throw it out there.
some people just need that, like, hey, babe, you got this. Don't worry about the interview. Oh, you're gonna do good on your football game or whatever it is you got going on. Some people just need that, that sense of encouragement from somebody that they love.
Yeah.
And they feel that they love them too. Just to give them that little boost of energy to go ahead and motivate them to do what they got to do.
What about raising children?
You also have households that are only about beating you down when you do wrong. So it's like you got to balance it out with those affirmations. If you all don't have time to talk to me or say something to me when something is wrong or something is not going the way you want it to, that's a problem. That's a problem because then you're tearing people down mentally. So you got to have a way to balance that out.
And I can attest to that because I grew up in a household where, my mother was single, and I'm not going to put all the blame on her because, it's hard being a single mother or whatnot. Because I've seen it. I mean, I grew up in a single household, but that was the type of household I grew up in. Like, it was never no support when it came to sports, school, anything I did. A lot of the focus was towards my little sister and what she had going on. So I had to learn on my own to, to self-motivate myself. So at that point, I kind of took everything, and it kind of helped me with when it came to the military. But I took everything personal, like everything that was said to me, because it was always done. So I just always had this sense of feeling to prove everybody wrong because I proved my mother wrong, I proved a lot of my family members wrong, I proved Keone wrong. So
wait, when? Tell me, really? No, you want to open that can of worms? Tell me when you prove me wrong. Tell me.
I'm joking. It's a jokey joke. It is a jokey joke.
You're 0-200.
It's a jokey joke. Relax.
Okay.
Relax.
Okay. You don't understand. He put me through so much pain. I get aggressive when he says
me.
So much pain.
So,
all right.
But you know what?
Let me interject this here. I think that we should also look at this from both sides of the coin, and that oftentimes, while I've already spoken on the fact that I don't believe wanting affirmations makes you soft, I think that sometimes we have to look at the other side of the coin, and the person that you might want an affirmation from that denies you the affirmation for reasons of, I don't need to affirm that. You already know who you are. You don't need me to affirm that you are all these things, whatever the list is. And sometimes I think that folks need to also stop denying how they feel or being afraid of how they feel or not being honest about the way they feel, because that's oftentimes the reason you don't give that affirmation. And it relates to where
because some people don't know how because they haven't experienced it.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like giving somebody false affirmations because it's not true. You know what I'm saying? And people do it all the time.
Or even denying giving somebody an affirmation means you're not willing to look at honestly how you feel about this person. And I don't care what the nature of the relationship is. If you are going to honestly affirm something about someone, you need to be clear on that affirmation. And when you will deny an affirmation because of something you define as, oh, you don't need it. For me, it's really more about you deny it because you are either afraid of what you really feel, or you are afraid of what you don't want to say. Any way you look at it, the bottom line is affirmations go in two directions. From the one that wants it and the one that gives it. And oftentimes to say you're soft is only a matter of denying what you don't want to say.
So do you feel like people think affirmations are soft when it comes to specific genders? Like when Keone said earlier that a lot of men teach their boys certain things are too soft when it comes to, either you doing something or you crying or you saying certain terms or doing certain sports, doing some activities. Some fathers teach their kids or their boys that certain things they say or do makes them soft. So do you think it's one-sided when it comes to the affirmations?
I think it can be one-sided. And I think that, to affirm someone is a two-sided activity. It is not one-sided. And so you have to, if in fact you care about someone, then you have to be real with whatever your affirmation is.
And it shouldn't have to be constant, though.
Huh? Nobody has said
it doesn't have to be constant.
Nobody is saying constant. Because I'm one of those people. If I get too much mush, I'm like blocked.
I don't believe it.
I'm like, you unfollow.
Yeah, I don't believe it at all.
To say what you want. Okay, that's the way my posture goes. Okay,
it just has to be genuine. It has to be
for, right?
So should there? I guess the question I want to ask Larry this: should there be a cutoff on affirmations when you're raising children?
No, not at all. Not at all. If it's your kids, my kids are relatively grown, and, you're still gonna, say nice things. Tell them they did something good.
I was going to say, Sharon, does that mean, okay, you've got 22 affirmations. You're cut off now for the rest of your life?
Yeah, one a year. Yeah, one a year.
I think it goes, there's no reason to stop it. If somebody's doing something good, doing a good job, one of your kids are listening, anything like that. You want to, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, that's great. You're doing well. Nothing wrong with that.
And the reason why I bring that up, because I do have a friend who told me he stopped giving affirmations to his son at a certain age because he wanted his son to grow up to be this particular type of person, which goes to what Tila was saying, because, it was one-sided compared to his daughter, who he pretty much daddy's girl. So he nurtured her, but his son, I think he stopped talking to his son with affirmations, giving affirmations at that time, probably like when he stopped at 15. That's why I asked that question.
He's going to create a serial killer.
No, that's not
that's
true.
When you need
that's not true.
You need it most.
I can say
you need it most in them teenage years.
I can say this. So I have two kids. I have one boy, one girl. So my son's pretty good at baseball. And oh my God. You don't hater, yo. I can't wait till the next episode of Dose of Dopeness. You a hater. But I got one boy, one girl, so he's pretty good at baseball. However, he didn't do very well to get the MVP trophy, or let's say that. But he thought he did. So for me, I didn't really give him any type of words of affirmation or any type of encouragement. It was more of, well, how do you feel right now? And he was like, it sucks. And I'm like, okay, well, let that fuel you to go ahead and step your game up for next season, so you can go ahead and obtain the MVP for the season. And then he took it very well. It's not like I was saying, oh, you suck, you're never gonna be good or anything like that. It was just more of, well, whatever you're feeling right now, make sure you have that same type of energy when the season starts. And you remember how they just looked over all your accomplishments and things of that nature, so that way you can go ahead and elevate your game to where you'll get the MVP trophy or compete for it at least next season.
But
would you handle that differently if that was your daughter?
Now, my daughter, I ain't gonna lie. I'll keep it real. That is, I'll be babying the hell out of her. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie. Anything I will be. And there's not a dude, maybe a few on this earth that would say something different. But her, I'm sorry. That's just my baby. That's my baby.
But Ricky, what you said to your son was still an affirmation.
Oh, was it?
Okay. It was still an affirmation in that you affirmed the work that he had done, and you gave him a lesson on how to move forward. But that was still an affirmation. You participated in his experience. Okay? Affirmations don't have to always be, oh, you are the best thing since sliced bread. Affirmations also include affirming that you matter.
Exactly.
I got you.
Someone putting their hand on your shoulder. It doesn't even have to be words. It could be actions, different things.
You did that. You did not. You didn't bury him 6 feet under. You
Of course not. He's only 3'2".
What you say, Keone?
You said he didn't bury him 6 feet under. I said, of course not. He was only 3'2".
Ricky, you gave him what he needed to climb higher.
Yeah.
Incognito affirmation.
A ladder.
There's different levels.
I agree. I agree.
What about at work?
Oh, heck no. We ain't talking.
What you mean?
What about at work? Ricky, you were just telling a story about how you grew up. I remember when I met you and you were, private candidate, and when I would tell you something positive, it looked like I put you in shock. But I didn't write all those.
Whoa, what is this? Is this love?
I didn't write all. He couldn't figure out, Sean, why I was always yelling at him, and then he would turn around and get an AAM. It's because that was the affirmation of your hard work. You worked hard, and that was your affirmation.
Ricky, I gave all my soldiers archives. I ain't giving no AAMs.
It's a okay, yeah. All two of them. Anyway, shut the hell up.
It is what it is. He was a lazy writer, so I gave him a look.
I'm sorry. I wonder how your NCO yards look.
He didn't have me. I didn't have him when I was an NCO.
Yeah,
so
what are you talking about, right? When somebody's telling their backstory, don't interrupt because you don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, you interrupt all of us on the panel?
We were having a fucking
moment. Did you just say panel again?
I said it on purpose.
Me and Ricky were having a fucking moment, okay? We're having a moment and you ruined it.
Ricky didn't care about that moment.
Finish your story, Keone. Finish your story.
I don't want to. I just wish Farad would come back.
And that note, it was thanks for meeting episodes 26. Bye-bye.
That's the opposite of an affirmation. Okay, we are talking about affirmations, and you did the complete opposite of affirmation.
That's what you do not do as far as affirmations.
Can we take a moment to just appreciate? Can we take a moment just appreciate how Larry be looking at the camera like redeciding his life choices? Like, why am I here?
There are just some subjects that I just can't think of a whole lot to say anything about. And I mean, well, first I was prepared for something else, but either way.
But you see, Larry, what I'm learning about you and loving about you is that when you have a point of view, you say it and you're like, oh, okay, I'm done. And I'm not going to try to change your mind. You are obviously not going to change my mind. So I'm just going to sit here and wait until I got something else to say.
Well, and besides, I don't believe that I have the right to try to change anybody's mind.
Okay. So with that note, is that an affirmation or not?
I want to go back to what Ricky said earlier about how the world is now, because social media really has taken an approach to make people feel like affirmations are supposed to be a certain way. And I think that's why a lot of people feel like, is it soft? Is it necessary? What should I say? Is it too much? Because social media has made things look so different than what the real world is. So when people are thinking about how do you affirm me, that's why you like don't do it, or you feel like it's not genuine or it's not necessary, because what you see is not everything that is the real deal behind the scenes.
And Tila, you are absolutely right with social media, because I want to ask Delaney this. You have an Instagram, right? You have an Instagram account. And so when you post on your Instagram account, do you expect people to send you likes?
It depends on what I'm posting, yeah.
So you are expecting affirmations.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay, listen. Okay, all right. So it just depends. Okay, let's say if I just post a little video of myself, of course I need y'all post it, because it's gonna happen anyways. So, but if it's just like a little, maybe like a little post from a caption or something like that. No, I don't care what y'all got to say.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with that. If you were an artist, and you're putting like your creativity, something creative on there, you want people to check it off and say I like it, because I mean it just depends on what you're posting and what you're posting about. We know Delaney want us to like them twerk videos.
I be on TikTok and Instagram. Instagram, I don't really care, but on TikTok, yeah. Like I want, because I be doing little skits and whatever, so I want people to interact. But it just depends.
Yeah, but I have to add this. As one of the marketing people on this crew, what I understand it, John, I mean, Keone, don't even turn your head. Okay, don't even go there. Okay, you just need to leave me alone, because what I'm about to say is real. All of us that are on the crew look at social media a little bit differently than everybody else looks at social media, because it is part of what
still hear Mike, y'all.
Right. It's part of what
So some of those questions with regards to whether we want likes, yes, from a marketing point of view, we want likes because engagement is what's key. Okay, so now I can teach the marketing aspect of it. And so from us, I also have to say that we look at it differently. So to ask us how we feel about what we want on social media is not necessarily a fair question, because with the exception of John, Larry, the rest of us know that we have to use social media. Larry, we know that Larry is not going to care.
How you know that?
You act like Larry's sitting in his house. No, Gloria. Yeah, but you act like Larry's in his house with a rotary phone and an abacus. Like, come on now.
Abacus? Dang, not an abacus.
Larry,
whoa!
He told us he didn't want to deal with.
Look at Larry looking around.
Okay.
I even got one of them cute little rectangle phones, with a camera on it.
But I understand what you're saying about the marketing piece, but let's just talk about the younger generation that are posting on TikTok or Instagram.
Okay, so then that's a different audience.
That's the audience I was really, trying to get.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Right.
My thing is, what about the audience of OnlyFans though? What about the audience of OnlyFans?
It's not just young people on TikTok, people. It's not just young people.
No,
what about the audience on OnlyFans?
Ricky,
what do you say,
Ricky? Say that again.
Yeah.
Say that again. What'd you say?
I said, what about the audience on OnlyFans? I mean, what about that?
The whole audience?
Oh, you got
OnlyFans. The audience on OnlyFans. What about them?
I don't.
They need words of affirmation as well.
Ricky.
Yes,
they need that money.
Only the hoes know what that is. I have a question, especially for the ladies. How do y'all feel about guys who need all this affirmation during sex?
You know what? You addressed the elephant in the room. See?
That's a good question.
Whose is it? Whose is it? What's my name?
That's a good question.
You like that, don't you?
I hate it.
You like that, don't you?
You like that,
That's
don't
a good
you?
question
original.
right there. I like that. I like that.
Stop talking.
No, all I got
Call
to
me
say
daddy.
is this.
I'm
You're a
tearing
good
this
girl.
up. I'm tearing it up.
Well, you know, it's nice to get that affirmation when you don't ask for it.
Damn.
So
It is.
I ain't gonna lie. I
Larry
ain't gonna lie.
laid down the hammer.
I don't need it. I don't need words of affirmation during sex, but I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it does make a difference when you hitting that thing right, and they just be like, "Hey, daddy,
she turn around, look at
I
you.
like that."
She
Daddy.
doesn't have to say it. Her reaction, her responses doesn't have to be words. You don't have to ask these questions to know.
It's
You should
different
know
though. Like
what's happening.
some dudes like myself, I like when she look back. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
You know what I'm
look
saying?
at
She
you
like,
up and down.
But did you ask her though? Did you? The question, the
we
thing
can't
was,
talk.
are you asking
This is
her
another topic. This is another episode. We can't. Shit.
No, tequila's right. Tequila's right. And what she was saying, and half y'all dudes who need affirmation during sex, when they give you the affirmation, you finish faster. So maybe you should just be quiet.
And wait for it. And wait for it. Right.
Yeah, doesn't that turn the lights on and off when you do that?
Hey,
I love that, man.
Wait a minute. We're about to be banned from
No, we're not. No, it's no. Literally, that was a. I mean, it was a.
that
good
was
question.
an elephant. That was an elephant in
that's
the
a
room
great
question,
question,
and I
right.
wanted to ask that question, but I didn't want to be like going back to the relationships. But
No, well, you don't have to be in a relationship to slang that thing, though. I mean, come on.
you sure don't.
Yep.
You
sure
don't be ready to do
Yep.
that.
I agree.
If you shut up, handle your business, pay attention, you know if you're doing it right or not. So shut
so
up.
That's so
Not throw me
boring,
off.
though. That's so
No,
boring.
Look, Ricky, you're talking about in the midst of having sex, you can have conversations, but don't be asking a bunch of questions. That's the difference. You can communicate.
Yeah, I know that. I said I don't be asking questions. I said, if she's looking back, or you know what I'm saying, or she just like, hey, yeah, I like that, you know what I'm saying, or yeah, do it like that, daddy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Tila.
That's not asking questions. That's not having a conversation.
Tila, you need to go ahead and call him daddy when he asks you to call him daddy. That's
we done talked about this during daddy. We're not doing Monique, okay? We're not being Monique in this moment. She doesn't know when to call people daddy. Okay.
You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn today.
You guys are,
you gonna learn.
You guys are about to embarrass me, so.
Hey, look, Tequila and Ricky, I'll talk about two different things, and you're both right. Ricky's saying when they say something in the midst of it is hot, and Tequila is what I was getting at, is all these damn questions that you keep having to ask, you would know it. You don't have to ask 17 times.
Do guys really do that though? Because I mean, I don't, but really?
What do you mean, really? Yes.
Come on,
man.
You know what
asking all those questions. I gotta concentrate.
I
be concentrating.
Get what you earn.
Ricky, you lying. I used to live next door to you. You ask a lot of questions.
You're lying.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
You're lying.
The thing is, you keep asking questions and you're going to get your feelings hurt. So stop asking questions. You'll get your feelings hurt. For real.
Public service announcement from Tila to all the guys that's looking at this podcast.
No, like that song. I bet the neighbors know my name. They wouldn't if you stopped asking me to say your name.
That's a good song right there. That's a good song. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, he left a lot of stuff.
Oh my God. So sorry, Tremaine. Trey song. Just when you want to be called today.
I just wanted to know that from y'all because I just wanted to get y'all perspective on that. The guy, because I talk to a lot of female friends and they'd be like, they don't even realize it. He think he back there doing something. And I'd be like, yes, daddy, yes. Let me turn on over because that's the position you always go to next. Oh yeah. Oh yep.
They say that because it's politically correct. That's why. But they ain't telling the truth.
Huh? No,
they're telling you that
you,
because it's politically
Ricky,
correct.
you taking you're
Nah.
taking your experience. We talking about other people. We're not talking about you. Stop being a
I'm
hit
telling
dog
you
that's
that.
hollering. No, that's not why ladies do that. Okay.
Well, that could be another topic. But going to Delaney, what do you think about children and social media needing affirmations?
It's not just children, just people.
Well, I'm talking about the younger adults, the younger folks.
On social, like needed affirmations from social media.
Yes.
Shit, my
exactly.
grandma be wanting her social media more than my niece.
Yeah, I don't know. It's real different. It just, I don't know why I want you, because social media is not reality, but some people's social media is their reality. So I feel like that's why a lot of us, and then that's where a lot of trends are being set. Everybody got a phone. Everybody, for the younger generation, everybody got a phone. Everybody. So that's where all the platform is set. This. Like, you notice, all right. So you notice how you got, okay, certain people, how I put it, they wear certain things, right? For our generation, my generation wears certain things, right? And then, so right, that was set off of basically, oh, I seen that person wearing that. Now that's set. They got that affirmation. So that's why I feel like, I don't know.
That's not like that FAMU student that took her naked pictures for graduation in front of the Rattler. And she's like, well, I look like this all the time on social media, so why was it a different? Because I stood in front of the Rattler and did this. It's
no.
Certain things you got to think about it first. It's not going to bring you those affirmations you want. It's two different things.
Hey, every generation is a bunch of idiots. We just had different usages and different advantages we can have for our idiocy. If we had social media when I was a teenager, we would have been just as bad, and everybody older than me would have too.
No.
Yes.
Let me give you all a totally different perspective.
That is the name of the show.
This is one of the rare times that I will publicly deal with the age that I am. But one of the things that I have come to realize that social media has done, including all of this affirmation stuff, because people have become so digitally entrenched, the absence of one-on-one contact, relationships, and so forth have caused people to deal with everything emotionally according to social media. And when we look at the use of emojis, this or that, because we have lost contact with people on a one-on-one basis, we lose people every day to folks that respond or become guilty to those positive affirmations, those roses, those smiles, those blowing kisses, because I started communicating with you through social media. And now you all of a sudden have somebody that gives you affirmations that you don't get on a daily basis.
Are you saying those ones who find affirmations on social media and find themselves in a difficult situation, like harm's way?
Exactly. They get trapped by this, especially as we look at our seniors and our elders, because they are not connected to us through social media. Therefore, they are connected to us less. They become prey to all of these different scams because somebody finally gives you an affirmation and you fall for it.
That's been going on since the beginning of time. The guy that comes into town and does the Ponzi scheme and gets all the old people, they used to send them by mail. It's just a different delivery.
It's a different version, right?
Lynn, I agree with you, but then there's a flip side to everything. What social media has and the internet has also done is allowed people who were uncomfortable with meeting people for the first time, and we didn't think about people's anxiety when we were younger. It's just we know these things now. Remember, it was first impression is who you are. No, sometimes when you meet somebody the first time, it could be a bad day. You could have social anxiety. You can have all these things. But I've known people to build a relationship with someone online. And then when they meet, it was easier for them to talk to that person and bring out to that person. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying there's also the other side.
Sides. I'm just presenting one that's become more apparent to me because of the way I get reached out to. And I look at stuff and I go, really? Why do you think I need this?
You got those people, the creepers coming in your DM showing their private parts.
Right, exactly. Why do you think I need this?
Right. That's not the way to approach it.
I haven't had that happen, but
it's crazy.
I guess the ladies is a little bit different. I understand.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I agree with Lynn. It appears where, and we're kind of drifting towards social media, but it appears with affirmations and social media, and when you don't get it, it creates this other level of a person that you didn't think you were, because now you are dismissing all your friends because they didn't like the picture of you and your dog or something like that. So now
people were doing. I get annoyed when any generation, even when the generation before did it to my parents, just start doing this is the thing that's ruining and blah 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 blah. Those things have always been. It was just a different delivery method of having that affirmation, whether it was the people in the neighborhood or the people when people used to show you their baby, that pull out their wallet and show you the pictures of their babies. They want to hear you go, "Oh, that's such a cute baby." And we looked at some of them babies, and that damn baby wasn't cute.
But they are so precious.
Yeah, so it's always a thing that's been being done. The only thing that's changed is the vehicle. So that's the only reason why I have that little pushback when we say, well, this generation. And no, these are the same stuff that's always been happening.
Right.
I agree, Keone. And only reason, and I was just talking about in social media world, as far as the younger generation in social media world, pretty much once that affirmation win, it's more of an entitlement now. It becomes an entitlement in social media because you believe that just because I post something, you're supposed to like it. Or when I go to somebody's page, or somebody goes to my page, the first thing they go up there and see, how many followers do I have? And they're like, well, shoot, he only got 20 followers. So I ain't even messing with him.
I'm gonna need you to pay attention to social media more. So when you go on there and see all these 30, 40, and 50-year-olds on social media doing the same damn thing, what's the excuse?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. But I was just bringing up the topic of the younger folks. That I agree with what you're saying.
We just need to get off them. That's all.
Gotcha.
Keone, what you're saying is valid, and part of what I understand, which is why we recognize it the way we do, is that it's not new. It's just a difference in the vehicle and how the messages and the stories are being told. But I think what I feel is that this is a time when, folks could all look at some of the ways even we would resolve stuff that make it valid for everybody.
Well, I'll agree with you and Sean with one thing, that the social media is wanting the information from people you don't even know, of course, is way.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was trying to.
Okay, you didn't eloquate it. All right, go ahead, Larry.
Eloquate it.
Hey, when you earn 2 master's degrees, you have the right to talk however the hell you want. Go ahead.
Or a doctorate degree.
No, I'm saying if you earn it, you can talk however the hell you want. Go ahead, Larry.
So where are we?
Huh?
Hold on, Larry. Go ahead, Larry.
With what y'all saying, I believe the social media and what we have, it is generational. Thinking back to my younger days, before all this stuff started, and I remember when AOL started, you had to pay a monthly fee to use it. But anyhow, before all this stuff, when you had something to say to somebody, you said it to their face. True. And see, now you can be as brave as you want to be because you don't have to look at anybody. And
you ain't always say it to your face. You send a
It's
telegram.
brazen
Larry.
and bold.
well, if you said it, you had to say it to somebody's face. But no, I just my personal opinion. I believe it is generational. I mean, I know
that's because when they have that screen that's covering the person in front of them, they can't just punch them in their mouth when they say something wrong.
Yeah,
They can be brazen and bold and a little more than they would be in your face.
The older
like a prison visiting room. Is that what you're talking about?
Something like that, right?
maybe what you're trying to say, Larry, is we're dealing with, there is a difference in the experience.
Yeah.
The concept behind the experience is similar through the decades. It's the experience that, it's not exactly the same experiential sensation, from my generation to a younger generation, but it is founded in the same thing.
Well, from the time people learned how to talk, it's been founded on the same thing, but it is how you do it, and that's what I said is generational.
I feel like the older generation should know better.
Y'all used to send letters to cuss people out. So I mean, just because they have a faster mode of shit talking is not their fault.
Back then, stamps were 2 cents too, so it was easy.
Hey, Larry, I know you want to punch Keone in the face, don't you?
I like what Delaney said. Delaney said, when you see these older people doing it, we should know better. Older people should know better.
It wasn't the wave. Now it's the wave. Like everybody, that's the wave. When you older, like for instance, my mom looking at me like what? Like why is this even on social media? So I feel like certain things, like now my generation, they don't care. It's just what's up there. You feel me? At this point, they don't it don't matter what's on social media. So I feel like it's very generational.
And it's every generation. Like every generation had to deal with the before generation go, oh my God, I can see your ankles, you harlot. It's just progresses. So I mean, we all get it.
But I think, Delaney, the difference is this.
Oh, here we go.
That's why it's
the difference means.
That's why it's my perspective Friday night. Okay. The difference is this that I offer you. I absolutely understand and hear you loud and clear. And the only thing that wisdom teaches you is to ask someone, are there additional options for resolving this? So where we offer to your generation some consideration on alternatives that however you respond digitally represent the intent of how we responded years ago. That's
you are right, Lynn. You are right, Lynn. But say you, because when somebody represents, I'm like, do you not see these knuckleheads running around from your generation? So it's not just your. I mean, I always laugh when I hear somebody say like, these darn kids are so stupid these days. I said, if they're the dumb ones, why do you keep giving your social security number to princes in Nigeria?
Right.
Or going
have you been teaching them for them to be so dumb?
Or going to Food Lion to pay the IRS, as if the IRS would tell you to go to a grocery store and get a gift card and pay them.
But now see, Keone, my response in no way took that sarcastic approach. Okay? That reality approach. My response, it's not that I didn't consider that as a response.
I love you so much. I love you so much.
I understand that side.
Hey, I love getting your girdle all goosed up.
I know.
The girdle.
The part that
girdle
many people are inspired by, and that is, I get your shit, but let me give you some additional strategy to work with that you might want to consider, given the experience and the wisdom some of
that
us
you have.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's my final word.
That was perfect, Lynn. That was perfect.
That's
She's
Yeah, 'cause I don't
she
believe it
gave
is.
herself affirmation with that facial expression. Like, I nailed that shit.
I don't know. I just think affirmations just could be another word for just toxic positivity. You know, it's just creates
toxic.
Toxic.
I was going to say, did he
Because-
say toxic?
What
listen.
He
Hey,
wasn't.
oh, y'all,
hungry.
listen. Didn't I hear somebody say that's my perspective? So
Yeah, but their perspective was a good one.
But I'm just asking, why is it toxic?
so
That was back
and I'm
to
going
the
to
beginning of the conversation. I had hoped
What is happening? I need everybody to stop smoking and drinking before we come on here. Okay.
no. Okay, so okay. Let me reframe. Let me reframe my question. Hey,
progress through this show. What do you
no,
think?
we didn't have any damn progress. No, so what I was saying is that I think that some affirmations could be toxic positivity. That's what I should have said. I should have led with that.
That's like
Because-
an oxymoron.
No, it's not an
Toxic
oxymoron.
positivity.
Yes, because think about it. A lot of people are given this type of affirmations when they don't deserve it, when they don't need it.
I'm
Some
gonna
people
look that one up.
you would tell me, oh, you can Google it. It's on there. Some
That's because they
people
bullshitting you.
why?
That's what you're talking about, the bullshitters?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to get to. Thank you.
Okay.
Before I was rudely interrupted.
Well,
But
learn you're old. Learn how to say your words better.
Oh, God.
okay, so we let the monkey finish dancing. Okay, so
Whoa, that was very
so but that's what I was saying. There could be some type of affirmations.
I know who's when we get monetized. I know who's not at the top of the pay list.
Oh my God.
Oh my
I
God.
need you to put that blue cup down.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Ricky, you understand?
What's up?
Don't you? You understand, don't you?
Uh,
Thank you.
I do.
Thank you, Larry.
Yes. But hey,
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that was a terrible recovery back there just a second ago. So.
Coming from you, Larry, I agree.
Stage left.
I agree. I agree. Because Larry said,
Hey,
I can't say that.
off topic. Hey, Keone, who is that girl you were telling me about? Before I forget.
We have a sidebar.
First of all, I'm not gonna
Before I
tell you-
forget,
I'm not
what
going to
was her
tell
name?
you who. I'm not going to tell you who she is again because you're a hoe. So I'm not going to tell you anymore. Okay.
God.
That's that toxic affirmation.
Hey, that was a toxic positivity.
That's
What is her
Your
name?
game is so good, you get a lot, but you're a hoe. That's that toxic positivity.
What?
No, hey,
that toxic
Ronnie,
stuff he was talking about.
do we have any other final words from anyone?
Wow, I get
Okay.
it now, Sean. I get it.
Dang.
You proved my point. Your point. Okay.
Thank you, Tila. So we're going to go around the crew.
Did he
And
just
everybody's
Google it
going to
and
get
send it to you?
what?
Nothing. Go
What are you
ahead.
talking about? Okay, so I'm gonna start with you, Delaney. Can you tell me your final perspective on does wanting affirmation make you soft?
My final perspective is no, it does not make you soft. No, it doesn't. You want me to elaborate on that?
Please do.
Okay. It doesn't make you soft. No, I'll start first. I don't know why it doesn't make you soft, but it does.
Okay, we'll come back to
Welcome
Larry.
back.
Yeah, we'll come back. Larry, what is your thoughts? What is your final perspective on this topic?
Well, I believe that everybody likes to have somebody say something nice to them, whether it's in a relationship or whether you're at work. I think every once in a while it's nice to hear that, hey, doing a good job. Not often. I don't think that's needed. If you need it on a regular basis, then you're obviously not confident in yourself. But anyhow, that's just my final thought.
Thank you. Thank you. Tila, your final thoughts, please.
I don't feel like affirmations makes anyone soft. I think they're necessary when it's done properly. Don't do it. People don't do it just to be saying something to get what you want. Sometimes it's great to have that balance. So if you're throwing out negative things, throw out some positives every once in a while because everybody all the time. And just think about it. Don't feel like it's something that you need to have, because that's something you should give to yourself first. So you have to have those positive affirmations that you can give to yourself, not worry about if them from someone else.
Her internet needs
but it doesn't make
affirmation.
Lynn, we'll come back to. Is she's coming up? Tila, go ahead. Finish your thought.
In my the whole time. Oh my word. So I don't think affirmations make you soft. Did I go out again?
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
So I don't think all the affirmations make you soft. I think that they can be necessary. They're needed, especially when you're younger and growing up, knowing things that you're doing well. You shouldn't be beat down on only things that you're doing wrong or what other people feel like is not right. Just make sure they are genuine. They're given as much to the point where people think that they're not genuine or sincere and yes, and people don't just because you want to get something you want. But first, that affirmations to yourself. It shouldn't matter if it comes from someone else. So just think about who was giving them to you, and you should be the first one. But it doesn't make you soft.
Okay, thank you, Lynn.
Mm-hmm. I gave my final words about 15 minutes ago.
Okay, we got it.
But no, let me summarize this and reiterate that affirmations are a two-way street. That we should not just look at wanting affirmations in terms of being soft. We should also look at giving affirmations. Mm-hmm. And a question of whether or not that makes you soft. Because all of it is about sharing in relationship, friendship, interaction, communication. And the bottom line is that both when done earnestly and truthfully require awareness of oneself, one's needs, one's desires, one's hopes.
Thank you.
And the bottom line is this. I mean, when we go back to older poets and so forth, and we are reminded that no man is an island, that it takes a village. All of this. The bottom line is, even in affirming or not affirming, when it is done earnestly, it is done for the positive and uplifting of each other. And there's no way to deny that we all need that in some form or fashion.
Thank you. Ricky, please.
Just kind of just what everybody has been saying. I think it's a double-edged sword, in my opinion. Too much of it can get you soft, because, again, like Larry said, that just shows that you probably more than likely don't have confidence in yourself. So you need others to give you that boost or whatnot at all time, pretty much like all day, every day. But also, it's good in times of need. I know I can recall plenty of times where I've been down bad, and it would have helped if I had a couple of words of affirmation to get me through the day or whatnot. So I think it's a double-edged sword. You just got to know how to give it out in doses.
Thank you. Keone.
I am greatly in line with Lynn and Delaney. I'm like a mixture of what both of they were saying. So it's kind of, I don't want to beat the dead horse. I just want the viewers to recognize that Ricky says too much affirmations makes him soft, and less affirmations make him hard. So y'all do what y'all
No
want.
pun intended.
Larry, did I skip you?
No, you didn't. I don't have I can't follow that.
Delaney, do you have anything that you want to say before I give mine?
Basically agree with everybody else. I agree with Lynn on the, if it's not recuperated, don't give it. I don't care if you need it. If you ain't giving it, I'm sorry, I can't.
Right.
Not too much. Not too much.
And
it's the same shit I said.
Yeah, everybody had a good point.
Okay, so my final thoughts on this topic is that affirmations, of course, have their positive and negatives, as everybody states, and it could make a difference in your life, especially when you're going through something with like an anxiety where you need that push and to move forward. Does it make you soft? I don't think it makes you soft. I think some people need that, regardless if you are 1 year old or you are 100 years old. We still need that positive, that affirmation to get us through. Now, y'all beat me up on it before, and I talk about it all the time. I was talking about it through this whole thing, but I strongly believe that affirmations can be toxic and sometimes could be pretty effective if action is not taken. So if you want to, if we are giving affirmations, as Lynn said, it has to be genuine. It has to be something that I know that you can achieve. I'm not going to say that, you know what? I believe that you can really stay underwater for 2 hours because you are a swimmer. No way in hell you're going to stay underwater naturally for 2 hours unless you got the equipment to do that. So you have to be very precise and understand have the communication to really provide effective affirmations. And that's all I have. So I want to thank everybody for joining us this My Perspective Friday. Please meet us next Friday. Please like, join, and tell your friends. And that's all I have. We are out.
Peace.